50 challenge, 50-50 challenge. Make 50 before you lose 50 using one micro. We're looking at gold. We're looking at the NASDAQ. Both are looking actually pretty good. Short on the gold, long on the NASDAQ. Well, what's the NASDAQ looking like? This is the MNQ, the micro for each of those. But we're over the top of previous day's level. We're over the top of previous day, and it's green. So that's very, very bullish. There's a pivot from another day ago that I think it could possibly go over. But anything could happen. It could sweep and come down and crash. Who knows what's going to happen, but I'm bullish on it right now, looking for trend line breaks. Otherwise, gold is the opposite. Gold is kind of down. We got like less than a minute before the opening bell. So I'm ready for that to happen. But I'm going to wait a second. I'm not going to get too antsy with it. I ain't like getting in too fast. Make a lot of mistakes when you go a little too fast there. So I'm just going to chill out, see what happens. A couple seconds to go, and then we're going to be in on the bell. Trendline breaks to the upside for the NASDAQ. There we go. Is what we're looking for on the NASDAQ because it is bullish. We've got the 5-minute bullish. Actually, the 5-minute is in a correction phase, so we got to hold on a second. If we're thinking about going long in the big picture, yeah, we have a correction phase, so we got to wait. We always want to follow the 5-minute. And see, even the 15-minute prices fallen below the moving averages, and they crossed under, so that's the 15-minute. So it's been going sideways so long that now we've got overnight, it's just in this, looks like it could easily break down stage. So it's got to get stronger before we can go long. Yeah, everything looks like it could break down. Doesn't mean you can't do a quick snipe on it, but look here, these lower time charts, you can see how it looks like it's wanting to break down. So we better think about this again. Remember, it can easily reverse at any time. So following the 5-minute is what we want to do. If the 5-minute is where I will take a reversal serious. And right now, this is what the 5-minute is doing. So I'm not in any hurry to go long on it. Can't go short on it because I would need a lot of conviction on the 5-minute and 5,000 tick chart, and it would be a counter trend trade for the bigger picture. But for quick scalps, yeah, I'll go short on a quick scalp. It's coming into resistance, so I'm not interested in it. It's breaking the resistance, so here we go. We might get something here to the downside. Yeah, I was bullish until that happened. I'm bullish over here on this side, but once this happens, things change. Things change. And it's hard because if it's overall bullish on the bigger picture, you have no idea when or if it might bounce. I mean, we got Fibonacci levels here that it could bounce to. Let's draw that in because that might be an area we could see a reversal. We've got support structures here. It didn't quite get down to that, and it's just all over the place. I can't go long if it's breaking down like this, though. I can't go long if it's breaking down like that. So it's a no trade moment, and that's one of the hardest things to do is to know when not to trade. But once we start getting that down, once we start to actually figure out, hey, this is a no trade moment, that's a major good development in professional trading. I mean, there's nothing like finally realizing, hey, you shouldn't be pushing the buttons right now. Yeah, that is when you're starting to learn, I think. And I'm starting to learn, I think. I still like to push the buttons, but I'm starting to learn not to push the buttons. Let's go to the 500 tick chart. I just go between these tick charts to see which one looks better. And right now, that 1,000 tick chart looks pretty darn good. We'll stick with that because I'm right in the middle of no man's land. It had to break over the top of this trend line right here and show me something, because by the time it did that, You know, this breakdown on the 5 looked good, but look at this strong bounce up. So that's just telling you, hey, man, this thing is really, really sketchy right now. Really sketchy. It could have just swept the liquidity levels, but it's not really. And this whole day could reverse for all we know. Completely change directions. It could try to go close that gap. Let me go see what gold is doing. Gold looked like a decent short, but it's just going sideways right here. Just sideways. Overnight, there's some great trend line breaks all the way down. Great trend line breaks, but now look at the trend line break. You know, we're waiting for this consolidation area. And it started to break right here before the bell opened, but I did that box represents support, and I was like, I'm not, even if it breaks a trend line, doesn't necessarily mean it's good. So let's get rid of that one right now. We have another trend line on gold, the micro for gold, but you can see how far away it is. So it might take a while. Let's get back over to the MNQ. The micro for the NASDAQ, it's starting to break down again. But it's starting to roll down. You know, once it starts to feel like I feel more confident, you know, what you want to see, you do like this green bar ignored. If it breaks down, if it breaks that, it could easily come back down into this level down here, the 50%, this box down here. But I don't want to get chopped around until it does something. Okay, so that big pintail that it was on the 5 is starting to work its way back down. That's good for the shorts. But I'm just hesitant right now. This area has been support, and it's got to really break through that. You could kind of get a feel for it if it goes through with momentum, but it's not being very momentous. Well, I mean, if we don't get anything in the next couple of minutes, I don't want to make the live stream hearing me breathing, so I might just close it down. Just be done with the live stream if I don't get something here. We'll see what happens in this box area here. It's more like this. This right here, really. There, that's the box area, really. Let's see if it gets below that. But then we have previous day's level down here. Previous day's level. It might want to test that. It has tested that overnight, so it bounced off of it nicely. But like I said, I'm still more bullish. I would like to see a trend line break to the upside. So it's going to have to get up over the top of these everything on this side over here, moving averages and the trend line, and show me. I used to try to get it before it breaks out, but I'm trying to avoid that with the 50-50 challenge. Well, we might not get any trades on this live stream today, so I'll wait a couple more minutes. It looks like it's just going to be sideways and slow in the next 3 minutes or so. I'm just going to close the live stream down, but we need and like and desire all the time charts to agree in a direction and give us a A+ setup. If there's disagreement, we can't take any trades. Cannot take any trades. So is this the moment? Is it going to break out here? 1,000 tick chart. Let's see what the 500 tick chart looks like here. Nope, it rejected. It rejected. How did it reject? Violently or casually? Yeah, It could take a while for that to build up and press down if it's going to go down. Let me start seeing how much my trades are going to cost me here. That's a $30 trade. 50-50 challenge, you got to be careful. Now, if this thing goes down really quickly here, I wouldn't want to get it on this candle. Come on through. Almost to the box, not quite. The top of the box is interesting. It's a little bit too much, a little bit too big. I don't want to put all my on one trade, risk the entire thing on one trade. If it breaks down right there, it is tempting, but it's almost the whole amount on one trade. I'd trigger in. If you triggered in on that, you'd be in. You went underneath the box. But you could see right there, it's probably, it would have stopped me out for a full loss on that thing. Yep. So I'm glad I didn't trigger in. I'm glad I had enough sense. This movement right here off the box, it came up. If it just did something different in this area, I would have been completely happy to try to look into it. But yeah, NASDAQ is classic at doing a bullhorn pattern before it goes in any particular direction. Classic for doing that kind of thing. But it looks like it wants to break down. It does. It's just too big of a range for my particular trading right now. Too big. It's too big. I can't do it. That's too big. It swept the level, head fake to the downside, head fake to the upside. That's kind of what you want to see. And you don't want to get caught in those, but those are nice to see develop after the fact. Now here's a trade setup I might be able to do. Oh, I would have been stopped out for a couple ticks, but that's more like what I'm looking for. Little small range, let it come back up and get it on the upside. Yeah, that'd have been a $10 trade. That's much better for me. It would have failed, but it started to break down. It started to turn red and break down. It started coming back up, and my stop was going to be right there. So I was going to let it come up, short it higher instead of way down here, and then use that little range as my stop loss. I would have stopped out, but that's a little safer in terms of, now I really don't trust this breakdown. This is the kind of behavior, price action that'll chop you up like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Unless you can time it just right on the breakdown to have it come up to your stop loss, closer to your stop loss. This is an interesting possibility. Look how fast it moves though. You might just have to wait till it slows down. I was almost thinking about short. Now right here, like on the way down, let's see if I can do it right here. Short right here, short right here, short right here, short right here. Right here?
Order filled.
Okay, I'll try that. See if it'll get me something. 1-to-1. Come on. Break even. Break even. Go down.
Stop filled.
I wanted it to go fast. It didn't. I broke even. So that's what I'm talking about. Let it come back up. Don't chase it. Don't chase the red candle. Let it come back up. I already knew my stop was here. There's a long ways from here to try to get it up here. Try to get it up here. Don't chase it down here. That means my stop loss area is smaller than this, right? So that's how I like to do it. And if this thing would have, you know, it went, I lost like a dollar on that, $2. Okay, it was worth the risk. It was worth the risk to see if it was going to. Yeah, that's how I'm looking to get in this trade, these trades right now. 50-50 challenge has taught me to do that. The 50-50, I can't afford to lose that much in one trade. Thinking like that has made me and forced me to snipe trades better and to look for perfect entries and minimize my risk. And I tell you, the 50-50 challenge is the way to go. All right, so that's all I'm going to do today on this video, I think, maybe. I can see that it's too choppy for me to chase it, so wait for it to come back up. Okay, I'm going to review that one more time. Don't chase the red candle down. Wait for the green candle to come back up. If I'm thinking it didn't break down here, it didn't break down here. Okay, it looks like it wants to come up easy. So what happens is don't chase it. All right, wait for it to come back up. My stop loss was here in my mind. My stop loss was here. So why would I enter down here? Let it come back up closer to my stop loss and get in. I got in. It started to go down. Didn't quite hit my 1-to-1 target. Came back up. I broke even for, boom, 2-tick loss. That's it. That's all it was. All right. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.